Committee. The Health and Social Services Committee will be called to order, please. It looks like all members are present. We have one issue on the, may I have a motion to accept the minutes from the previous meeting, please? Second. And we have one issue, and let me pull it up. Resolution expressing support for the City of Akron to either initiate or join a lawsuit to hold drug manufacturers and distributors accountable for their role in the opiate epidemic and declaring an emergency. And this resolution was brought to us by Councilwoman at Large, Veronica Sims. So I'll turn it over to Mrs. Sims.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As we all know, that the opiate situation has really hit our county, our state, and our city really hard. The state has already launched a lawsuit against at least 5 major pharmaceuticals for its marketing of painkillers like Oxycontin and Percocet, minimizing the impact of their addictive components. We had in 2016, I believe, well over nearly 350 opiate overdoses in our city, in our county, with a large disproportionate number of those being within Akron City proper. You know, when the tobacco industry suit was brought by the state of Ohio, we received just under $5.5 million when everything settled out. We weren't necessarily a direct plaintiff in the suit, and so when we wanted resources, we had to apply directly to the state. I think by being named a plaintiff in this suit in particular, if and when we prevail, those resources will come directly to us so that we can decide how we address some of the impacts of the opiate crisis in our city in particular, whether we're talking about drug treatment or whether we're talking about neonatal care for children who are born addicted.
Very good. Are there other questions or comments? I certainly agree with the. Sorry.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to reiterate that it was announced at the Eileen Shapiro State of the County address that the City of Akron will be joining with the county and some other neighboring communities to join a lawsuit as described in the resolution that would be seeking those damages from the opiate manufacturers. Brian's here from the law department if you have any specific questions about where we are in that process, but we are absolutely moving forward with that. Mayor Horgan has already announced that he will be joining that lawsuit. So,
very good. So if there's an update, please give it to us.
Brian, can you provide us an update?
Well, I guess, much louder than I was expecting. I guess what kind of update are you looking for? Some of this may touch on the actual litigation. If it's,
I haven't seen what the mayor has said, nor had I heard about the county executive's announcement outside of talking to you last week. So whatever information that you have, you can offer. That'd be good.
We've been talking to the same law firm that the county has retained, and the agreement is in the process of being finalized, but the fact is the city will not, this litigation would not cost the city any money, and the firm that is being used by the county is experienced in this type of litigation. They have waged fairly successful suits in other areas of the country already, and so they seem to be qualified to represent the city of Akron's interests going forward here.
So has the county already launched its lawsuit?
To the best of my knowledge, no suit has been filed yet.
Do you have information about who they're filing the lawsuit against?
That would, I would recommend, if to the extent we're going to have a conversation about that, that would go into, that would be an issue of pending litigation that would be subject to an executive session.
I see, okay. Well, maybe, I don't know about at this time, would we be going into executive session later this evening so everybody would have the privilege of hearing the information at one time, as opposed to having the committee go and then, I mean, we can do that so that you can fill us in, and then we can have another one this evening so all council members are aware of what is going on.
And that's a decision that's up to the committee, obviously.
So Ellen, is there a press release or something for the mayor's announcement?
Microphone. So actually, the county executive made that announcement at her State of the County on behalf of the county as well as those other communities. So there's nothing in writing from us. Obviously, we'll be putting something out once that lawsuit has been filed, but since we're still in the process of retaining counsel, the county executive announced the intention of the city and the county to join that lawsuit together. Does that make sense? So there's no press release.
Not really.
Yeah, I would have to,
So the county is inviting the city?
No, not inviting. We have already agreed that we will join the lawsuit together. We have just not filed anything as of yet.
So my question to you, Councilwoman Sims, would you like to take time on your resolution until we can get further information from where the city and county are? Because it sounds like the objective is the same, is to go after those companies that are making these items. And
So as a council, even if the county executive makes an announcement, it doesn't make it the city, for one. Two, as a council, either way, we support that this needs to be done, whether the city initiates its own or it joins in partnership with another entity to sue the farms relative to the opiate situation in Akron. So if the body decides that they want to hear more, that's fine, but I don't see necessarily how it changes our position as a council.
Just one clarifying point on that. So the county executive and the mayor agreed that the county that Eileen would make that announcement on behalf of the city and the county jointly at her State of the County address. She also announced the Firestone Industrial Park, which is a joint venture between the city and the county, in her speech with the mayor's approval. So she was absolutely speaking on behalf of the mayor when she said that Akron would be joining that lawsuit.
So my question is, how would you like to say?
I was just saying, but for this body, I mean, we can go ahead, because we're a separate entity from those others, we can go ahead and express,
I would support. Okay. Are there other questions or comments? Hearing none, is there a motion to either pass this, put on consent agenda, or whatever the case may be? Is there a motion? It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion?
So did we motion to pass it out tonight, or did we motion which one?
You want
What's the
to
motion?
pass it with declaring an emergency? Is that your motion, sir?
Yeah, I think that'd be appropriate. Motion to suspend the rules this evening.
Okay. Is that your second, Mr. Mikovich?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Are there any further questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Abstain? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else to come before us at this time? If not, motion to adjourn. Thank you very much.